butterfly in the winter. This chapter focuses back on Akemi, Seijuro, and Kojiro. Emphasis is on the demon of lust, which is plagued by all three of these characters, right? So Akemi's got her mom, and she sells her flesh for money, and has exposed Akemi to this, and she's trying to get away from this whole thing. It's caused nothing but problems for her. Even though she's not the one that's engaging in the lust, she's exposed to it, which is very symbolic in our planet, in our current earth, that if you're around somebody that's around all that nastiness, you're inevitably just going to be exposed and I would almost say victimized by it, as Akemi is, right? So, and then Seijuro is, again, another person that focuses in on that. And in this chapter here, Akemi gets accosted by this other weirdo, because she's a woman that's just walking on her own. He tries to take advantage of her. Let me read a little portion of that. Just as Yoshioka was about to leap on her, something very hard landed in the vicinity of his ear. Blood rushed to his head, and he screamed out in pain. As he turned to look, the hard object came crashing down on the crown of his head. This time, there could hardly have been any pain, for he immediately fell over unconscious, his head shaking empty like a paper tiger's. As he lay there with his mouth slack, his assailant, a mendicant priest, stood over him, holding his shakuhachi, with which he had dealt the blows. "Evil brute," he said, "but he went down easier than I expected." The priest looked at Yoshioka for a time, debating whether it would be kinder to kill him outright. The chances were that even if he recovered consciousness, he would never be sane again. Akemi stared blankly at her rescuer. Yeah, so that priest takes Akemi and helps her mend. He tries to convince her that not all men are lustful, that there's good men out there, and that she's just been on the bad side of luck. He tries to tell her this, and the book jumps back to these warriors, again, that are affected by this demon of lust. And here we go. I'm going to skip ahead here. So here we go. The first lesson in the art of war is not to make light of your enemy. And I think it's only common sense to try to get in plenty of practice before the fight. If I should lose, then at least I'd know I'd done my best. If the man's better than I, well, though he appreciated Seijuro's honesty, Kojiro sensed in him a smallness of spirit that would make it very difficult for Seijuro to uphold the reputation of the Yoshioka school, because Seijuro lacked the personal vision needed to follow in his father's footsteps and run the huge school properly. Kojiro felt sorry for him. In his opinion, the younger brother, Densen Sharo, had more strength of character, but Densen Sharo was an incorrigible playboy, and though he was a more capable swordsman than Seijuro, he had no stake in the Yoshioka name. Kojiro wanted to forget about the impending bout with Musashi, for this he believed would be the best possible preparation for him. The question he wanted to ask, but didn't, was what could he hope to learn between now and the time of the match? Well, he thought with resignation, that's the way he is, so I suppose I can't be of much help to him. Alright, that insight from Kojiro goes back to the pitfalls of the demon of lust. That's the way he is, right? That's what he says. He's like, it's too late. You wasted your time on these lustful things that you've done. Chasing women, demon of gluttony, drinking, consuming. You wasted your time on all that stuff. There's nothing you can do between now and the bout with Musashi. Musashi's about to expose the truth of these characters, this house, this frontage of the big massive school that's supposed to be the best. It's a front. And while the world knows, Musashi's going to expose it. And Kojiro knows that nothing you can do, right? Your spirit is so small. It's so weak, because it's overcome by these other demons, right? The lustful, the gluttony, the consumerism, that there's nothing you can do. You can't go out and prepare 1 or 2 days before the bout and think that that's going to rescue you. You need a lifetime of discipline to beat a Musashi. So anyway, that occurs in this chapter. And again, it overemphasizes the demons of lust, the demons that are corrupting these people, and that still corrupt us today in our current world. It's very prevalent. This book is so relevant in today's world. So the chapter ends with a bit of foreshadowing in which I'm going to read here real quick, skipping along here. Kojiro knelt beside her and pulled the dog's jaw open. The sound was like that of pieces of glued wood being wrenched apart. The mouth came open. All right, a little more force on Kojiro's part and the dog's head would have split in two. He threw the corpse out the door and came back to Akimi's side. "It's all right now," he said soothingly, but Akimi's forearm said otherwise. The blood flowing over the white skin gave the bite the appearance of a large crimson peony. And that peony there comes back in future chapters, and we'll see how that symbolism ties in with this chapter and the previous chapter about the peony. The peony is a big symbol here in this book overall. So hold tight. We'll get through these chapters together. I want everybody to be well, and we'll see you soon.